Once we have the hobo bag cut out, we need to mark the dart. And so the dart is this kind of little triangle feature here in the curve of the bag. So basically a dart is going to help to make it more 3D so that the bag kind of has more space in it. So to mark that, you need a couple of tools. You need a tracing wheel, which looks like this, and then you need some chalk paper, tracing paper. And so pick a color that's going to show up on your fabric. So I chose red, and then this is the chalk side here. So I'm just going to leave it pinned for the most part so I can keep it together. I'm just going to take out a couple pins so I can get in here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold the chalk paper in half so that it transfers 2 marks at once. And then we want to mark the wrong side of the fabric. So our bright, lovely neon green here, that's the right side. So I'm going to lift that up until I see the wrong side, okay? And then I'm just going to slide that in there so that it would mark, or it would cover our full dart here, okay? And then you're just going to take the tracing wheel, and you can see where it's been marked many, many times already. If this whole chunk is missing, just make sure that you stay on the outside of the triangle here. So with a good amount of pressure and the tracing wheel, I'm just going to push on those lines. And so what that should be doing is transferring the chalk to the wrong side of your fabric. So I go over it a few times just to be sure. And then before you take it out, just kind of take a little peek. And that did a really nice job because it had a good amount of chalk. So I can take that out. So that's just one. You would want to mark all of them. So I can unpin this and then place it on top of that other piece of fabric so that I can mark all of them. So you will have 8 total darts when it's all said and done. So we have 1, 2, and then I can move that aside, put that back over top here, slide that in and mark again, 3, 4, and then you have your other 2 pieces of your inside fabric. So when we look at the dart, we have it marked here. Now we want to pin this. So what you want to do is just take the corner of the dart, kind of pinch that, and you're just going to fold that in half. Okay? And then you want to make sure those red lines are kind of right on top of each other. So I just usually fold it in half and then just kind of flip it back and forth, and those are right on top of each other. And then put a pin perpendicular to the line. And then that point should be right on your fold that you made. I like to do 3 pins per dart. Okay, so then it's just like that. So now we need to sew this. So you would go to your machine and you're going to sew right on the chalk line. So you will start up here, you'll backstitch, you will come down, and you will backstitch at the bottom, making sure that you go completely from end to end, so it's a nice dart. So you would sew on the chalk line and do that for all 8 darts. So then once it's sewn, it has a nice seam on the right side, the bright side of your fabric.